Hi, welcome everybody to our good information. Welcome to our yoga for everybody today. My name is Skylar Ramirez. So we are working today with what are called spiral lines of connecting tissues in the body. And these spiral lines of connecting tissues also help to recruit and balance both hemispheres of the brain in coordination with the left and right sides of your body. So we're going to be doing some different and interesting movements today. Is David coming in? Yes. Oh, sorry, your privacy is being protected, David. All right, so let's come to standing with our feet open to about the width of the pelvis bones, taking the foundation in more narrow than the hips. And we're going to warm up first the chest, opening the hands, inhaling, big breath into the nose, sweep overhead. Exhale, palms forward, sweep it back. Let's keep that rhythm a few more times. Inhale, exhale back, and think of breathing into the center of the chest so that the more that the middle lung expands, the more that the muscles will naturally stretch without any effort on our part. So this is considered a little more of a passive stretch, and we usually get a little bigger stretch when it's not forced. So just one more of these. Big inhale, big breath in, reach it up. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, let's bring both arms up and overhead, stepping your left foot back, a casual stride, and bend your right knee, holding it here. From here, we're going to take our right hand down in front of us, and then we're going to take it back. Look over your right shoulder behind you and reach up with that left hand, exaggerating the reach. And now circle that right hand up and bring it back to center nice and slow. So one thing to be mindful of, we're going to go through that again a couple more times real slow. Think about what your left knee and left hip are doing. If you feel a twist, lift up that left heel and turn it behind you a little more to prevent twisting or torquing your joint. Let's take that right hand up, take it back, look over the right shoulder, reach up with that left hand again, maybe even reach down this time with the right hand as if you're trying to reach back towards your left foot. That is the left foot back there, I promise. Let's take the right hand forward, nice and slow to bring it up again. Inhale, open, sweep it back, reach down, all the way around, graze past the hip. Now, if you want, add in some movement with the leg, with the front leg. So we're going to take it back, straighten that front leg, both legs straight, and now bring it forward, bend the front knee. Inhale up, back and around, both legs straight, down and around, bend the front knee, come to center. Two more. Inhale, both legs straight, back and around, graze past the hip, come forward. Last one, big inhale, open, grazing past the hip, bring it forward and bring it up. Let's pat ourselves on the back with the right hand. Take the left knuckles down to the low back. Maybe close the eyes. There is a specific connecting tissue. It is a big piece of fascia in the body that goes from your back left heel, behind the left knee, to the side of the left hip. It's going to wrap around to the inside of the left hip and pelvis, and then it's going to pull up to your right armpit. So you could even close your eyes and maybe start to tune into that connection as we push back dynamically into that left heel. Pop the left knee back as if you're trying to, I don't know, get a bug off the back of your left knee. You want to kind of like wiggle that knee back a little bit. And then the energy is going to pull up to the left hip. Inhale, bring it into the right armpit and chest. When you're ready, take the right hand down to the low back. Big chest expansion. We can keep our hands exactly where they are here, or position them flat, or lace the fingers and try straightening out the elbows. This way we can work on countering any carpal tunnel issues in the body. Wherever you are with this, lunge forward and now pull the shoulders back without moving the front knee, correcting the upper back posture. Remember to smile. That's the advanced version. Now we're all advanced yogis. That's right. Big inhale into the chest. Big breath in. Lift the ribs. Open the throat. Look up. And now exhale. Drop your chin and drop your ribs and chest. 2 more like that. Inhale into the chest. Open the throat. Exhale. Drop the chin. Drop the chest and ribs. It's like an abdominal crunch almost. Inhale. Open. Pull the shoulders back. Act surprised. Good. Open the throat. And now exhale, drop the chin and drop the ribs. Let's straighten our right leg. Push the hips back and dip forward, maybe with just 10% of a drop. Imagine that your left hip is pressing in towards your right knee. This may require a little alignment shift again. We may want to lift the left heel, turn it back so that we're able to gain more mobility in that left hip. A lot of people get tight hips, right? We get that all the time here in these classes. Let's drag our hands over to the left side of the low back. And now try pulling your right shoulder up and look over the right shoulder, working with a little bit of balance. Imagine you're trying to press the left shoulder over your right thigh. Breathe mostly into the upper right lung. Press into the inner blades of the feet. Pull the muscles up in the pelvic floor, the same muscles we use to support our bladder, endurance in this place. One more big inhale. And now bend the front knee. Slowly unwind to center, dissecting a lot of different components in the spine. Shake it out, step it to center, and shake out those knee joints. Everything is twisting and spiraling. All right, let's do the other side. Taking our feet in, more narrow than the fleshy hip. Toes start forward, edges of the feet would be flush with a flat wall beside us. Inhaling, arms overhead. Let's step our right foot back this time. So noticing that naturally when we step back, our bodies will naturally rotate the toe out. For us to prepare for those big twisting movements, we may want to lift up that right heel, turn the right heel back, push your right hip forward, and then press down into that right foot, keeping a bend in the left knee. Let's take one of those twists really slow with the left hand, reaching back, looking over our left shoulder, take it down and around, nice and slow, and then reach up. We want to do at least slow, because no one ever said, I moved so slow with so much awareness that I got hurt. I've never heard that in yoga. So moving slow just a few times. Think of this as the muscle rehearsal. Now, maybe we make it just a little bit faster. Inhale, open, pause, reach back with the left hand, reach up with the right hand, and now sweep it around to center. 2 more like that before we move the knee. Taking it back really slow. You might start to feel some things going on the right waistline and around the liver. Just remember to smile about it. You might even get a nice wave of heat. Reach up with the right hand, take it around. Let's add in some movement in that left leg. Left leg straight. Both legs are straight. We're reaching back, down and around, bending the front knee. Press into the inner blades of the feet. Act surprised. Pull up through the pelvic floor. Keep the muscles engaged in the pelvis. Remember to relax the muscles in the face slightly, especially the jaw. One more time, both legs straight. Take it back. Bring it to center and bend the front knee. Let's pat ourselves on the back with that left hand. Down and around with your right hand. Tuning into that energy that moves now from the right heel behind your right knee, and then it's going to come around to the inside of your right hip and then across to your left armpit. Imagine you just woke up, big yawn expression. Sleeping Beauty pose. There you go. Breathe into the upper left lung. Maybe close the eyes. Tap energetically into the energy that's pushing all the way down into that right heel. So we're making a neurological connection, mind to body. Those little electrical impulses are traveling miles and miles if you compare it to the distance that it's having to go to get back to that heel. So pushing back into that right heel, behind that right knee. Think about the inside of the right hip. And now inhale, pull up and out of that left armpit. When you're ready, let's take this left hand to our low back, establishing our foundation with our hands, straightening out that left leg. We could always reposition the hands. It can feel very different from left to right. Just having different legs back can affect the position of your shoulders and spine. Rolling those shoulders back. We're coming forward, maybe just with 10% of a dip. Once we have that in position, check in with your low back. Push the hips back just a little bit. You want to feel almost a spread through the buttocks and the intergluteal cleft region. Some people are like, what is an intergluteal cleft? Go Google it. Google it. Let's slide our hands over to the right hip and begin to slowly rotate through the trunk of the body towards the left, drawing that left shoulder back, pressing the right shoulder over the left thigh, push into the inner blades of the feet. So really, most of us, men and women alike, this is not a gender specific thing, most of us have stronger outer leg muscles, and not just stronger, tighter, more tension. So we want to stretch those outer leg muscles by focusing on pushing into the inner leg muscles. The more you channel your energy into the inner parts of the feet, the more the outer parts of the hip will relax. Breathe into that upper left lung. One more big breath. And now slowly bend the left knee, and let's take our time to unravel, unwind the spine to center, coming out of that hip. All right, relax the hands. Let's step forward, feet open to the width of the pelvis bones again. Inhaling, arms overhead. Let's find some symmetry. Exhale, palms back and around, sitting back into chair pose. Palms up so we can rest those shoulders blades back and improve upper spine posture. Who wants better upper back posture? There you go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back and around, sitting the hips back. Maybe walking those feet in even a little closer. If you noticed that your hips felt tight, bring the feet in closer. Inhale up. Exhale, back and around. Just one more after this, and then we'll add on. Inhale up. Exhale back, sitting back, chair pose. Inhale, coming up, big breath in. Let's practice a little balance with rotation. Shift into your left foot. Let's lift our right knee, pulling your toe up. So oftentimes what our leg wants to do is the toe wants to point. This is a protection mechanism. We're going to pull that toe up, still protected, still safe, but a little more challenging. From here, only coming up as high as we feel that we're able to challenge the body without creating suffering. A little pain, okay. Suffering, no, okay. From here, let's take our left hand across that right leg. Remember to relax your jaw. Take the right hand back as if you're shaking hands behind you. Now shift your eyes, just your eyeballs, towards the right, and then move your head. So you're going to find an active focal point. Shift the eyes, then the head follows. Eyes to the right temple or eyes a little bit to the right, and then turn the head. Not only working with all sorts of physical energies in the body, but also working with the optic nerve. And I don't know about y'all, but my eyes get tired when I have to sit in front of a computer monitor or scroll through my social feed. When you're ready, slowly lower down that right foot. Bring the hands down to center. Let's find a little symmetry to reset. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, sweep back, chair pose. At least 3 to 5 of these. Now, for those of us who maybe feel a little familiar with this, you know that you can always slow it down. You can close your eyes. You can try lifting your heels a little bit as well. Take advantage of all of the various ways that your body may want to express chair pose today. Surely we all have very different routines, right? And different lives. So your body might want to express this in a different way. Let's do 1 or 2 more. At any time, closing the eyes can really enhance the experience for your nervous system, creating a balance challenge. We'll make this last one. Wrapping up our set of 5. Inhale, reaching up. From here, taking our energy over into the right foot, we're lifting our left leg and lifting that left toe. Notice if you feel your leg starting to wing out like a soccer kick, keep pressing that knee in and then pulling up. What's interesting is that a lot of us have very tight inner hips, but they're not strong from sitting. It actually is of epidemic proportions in our society. A lot of people have back pain and injuries because this is tight, but not strong. From here, we're reaching across. This is where the heat might come into play. Act surprised. Lift a little higher. Act like it's a yoga journal photo shoot. We're on the cover. Fake it till you make it. Bring that arm behind you. Okay, let's work with the optic nerve. So shift the eyes just a little bit. Shift your gaze a little bit to the left and then turn your head. Shift the eyes, find the focal point, then the body follows. Vision, then action. Vision, action. Holding it there. Keep pressing into the inner blades of the feet. Press the shoulders away from the ears, thumbs stay up. The reach is dynamic. How would this change if somebody was pulling on your left hand, pulling on your right hand? How would that change the pose? How could this become just a little more dynamic? We have the power to recruit that sensation all on our own. When you're ready, lower that leg, bring it to center. Let's shake everything off. Do y'all feel the heat? Is it just me? All right, good. That means we're doing it right. All right, bring the feet to touching, toes touching, maybe a little space between the heels. Again, if you have on like tennis shoes or work boots, the edgings of the shoes might touch. But if you're barefooted, then definitely keep at least an inch or 2 between your heels. Let's soften our knees. Inhale, arms coming up and overhead. Exhale, palms to the center chest. Push the hips back and bend the knees. It's okay if your chest is dropping down a little bit as long as the back is flat. You don't have to do like a chair squat. From here, we're sliding our thumbs to our left armpit in preparation for a twist. So we've been practicing this one for the past few weeks. Let's roll that left shoulder back. And as we start twisting to the left, our body's natural inclination is for the right knee to bend more and the right hip might drop. So push your right hip back, maybe press the left hip forward to create a bigger twist. We're creating almost like a corkscrew effect with the spine, spiraling the spine. Let's look over the left shoulder. Remember to smile. Twisting poses can sometimes cause tension to come up, tension that is more in the form of emotional blockages. And, you know, people say, I don't have tension, but your face said something else. So you just kind of relax your face and let the tension work its way out. When you're ready, come to center, hands to the thighs. Let's straighten our legs with a flat back. Keep lengthening out, and now bring the chin in just a little bit so that the back of the neck and spine is neutralized. As you inhale, just try to pull your shoulders back. Inhale, pull the shoulders back or press your chest and ribs towards the floor. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Arms go out to the side. Reverse swan dive, bring it up. Exhale, thumbs coming down to the center of the chest. Bending the knees, pressing the hips back. Strong chair expression. From here, we're sliding our thumbs to the right armpit, twisting towards the right. Our body's natural inclination is for that left hip to drop forward. We're pushing our left hip back, pressing the right hip forward. Knees stay flush. Looking over the right shoulder. At any time, closing the eyes. Noticing where is the breath. You know, it goes well beyond the frontal plane. It goes well beyond the upper right side of the chest. Maybe think about the breath under the left shoulder blade. Holding here for 2 more easy breaths. Keep pushing that left hip back, right hip forward. When you're ready, hands to the thighs, easy does it. Straightening the arms and legs, pressing the hips back, lower the chin, gazing towards the floor, neutral neck, alleviating any tension or pressure that would be at the base of the skull. Option to pull those shoulders back, trying to pinch a golf ball between the shoulder blades, allowing the ribs and the chest to protrude forward towards the floor. Inhale into the center chest. Exhale, relax. Bend the knees a little bit. Extend the arms behind you like a superhero cape. And now flip the hands, standing nice and tall, extended mountain. From here, drawing the hands to the heart. Let's fly the arms out to the side of the body a few times. Directly beside us, we're flipping the wrist. Inhale up, touch the wrist, flip again, exhale down, and allow the eyes, the head and neck to track as we lift and lower our hands. Option to close the eyes. Noticing if your hands are meeting in a more coordinated fashion, or if one hand is up higher than the other. One more, inhale up. And exhale down. Let's close with some mindful equal ratio breathing. Take your feet out to any comfortable distance. One hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Lower the chin, again, hopefully alleviating any tension or pressure at the base of the skull. We can keep our eyes open and look down past our cheeks to the floor. Another way to practice this active breathing meditation is to look straight ahead and imagine you're looking out towards the horizon. With any of these head and neck positions, we can close our eyes. Find your breath. Breathe down into the belly, and then stack the breath to the ribs. Bring the breath up to the heart. As you exhale, press into your chest, and then push into your belly. Inhale into the belly, ribs, heart. Exhaling, heart, ribs, belly. Now maybe count the breath. Inhaling 1, 2, 3. Exhaling 3, 2, 1. Keeping that breathing rhythm, continue to fill from the bottom to the top, exit from the top to the bottom. Establish a count in your own mind. Notice that your breath, body, and mind will intimately come together to create a rhythm that is authentic for you, tuning into your own natural breathing choreography. Just keep counting, slower or faster. If your mind wanders and you lose count, Just come back to the inhale. Start with 1. If you notice that your mind wanders, congratulate yourselves. That's what yoga is all about. Being better at noticing things. Awareness. Now bring both hands onto the belly and maybe attempting to keep the same count, but allowing the breath to expand to the sides of the body and the back of the body instead of letting the breath rise up. Inhale into the belly, to the side hips, inhale into your low back, and then exhale, pull in the stomach, pull in the side ribs, and maybe even tighten through the low back. Doing this a few more times. When you tighten your low back, think about maybe where the small dimples are, just above the buttocks region. There are small indentations that we all have in this low back and buttocks region. As you exhale, think of trying to pull those small indentations in towards each other. Pull the muscles up in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Pull those energies together in the low back. Just one more easy breath like this. Inhale. Exhale, pulling in the low back. And now relaxing our hands. Let's close with a couple of unifying breaths. In through the nose, inhale, reach up. Any arm movement you want. Exhale down, clear out the space. One more. Hands coming to the heart, traditional closing gesture, the seal of physical reverence. From here, we can bow together and close. Thank you everyone for being here today. Namaste.